Good morning, children. I am Irishwara sir, working as a mathematics teacher in a database and English medium school. So, children, in our previous class, I completed from exercise 7.1 up to 7 problems. So, in today's class, let me continue. Verify, children. Please open your textbook. That is page number 168. 168, exercise 7.1 only. So, eighth problem. Show that the points -4, -7, -1, 2, 8, 5, 5, -4 taken in order are the vertices of a rhombus and find its area. So what are these points? Capital A -4, -7, capital B -1, -2, capital C 8, 5, capital D 5, -4 taken in the order are the vertices of a rhombus. We need to show these vertices form a rhombus and also find its area. Okay, children. So how to show these vertices form a rhombus? I will not explain you. I will not do the solution. Just I am going to explain you how to do. So these vertices form a rhombus. Let it be A, let it be B, let it be C, let it be D. First you find out AB distance. AB distance by using the formula root of xt minus x1 whole square plus yt minus yn whole square. Next you find BC distance. This BC distance by using the same formula root of xt minus x1 whole square plus yt minus yn whole square. Next you find CD distance by using the formula root of xt minus x1 whole square plus yt minus yn whole square. CD distance. Next you find AD distance by using the formula root of xt minus x1 whole square plus yt minus yn whole square. After that you find the diagonal AC by using the same formula. After that you find the diagonal BD by using the same formula. Okay, children. Here also how many distances you have to find? 6 distances, 4 sides and also 2 diagonals by using the same formula. So properties of rhombus, once you recollect what we learned in our previous class. All 4 sides are equal in the rhombus and also diagonals are not equal. So AB distance will be same as BC, will be same as CD, will be same as AD. So you have to get AB equal to BC equal to CD equal to AD. All 4 sides are equal. You have to get. Why? Because the problem is to prove that these vertices form a rhombus. So all 4 distances must be equal. And AC diagonal will be not equal to BD diagonal. AC diagonal will be not equal to BD diagonal. Diagonals are not equal in the rhombus. So if you get these 2 conditions, one is all 4 sides are equal and diagonals are not equal, and you write the conclusion given vertices formed a rhombus. After that one, we are asking to find out what is area of rhombus. Area of rhombus, that is equal to half into D1 into D2. What is area of rhombus? Half D1 D2. So D1 means this diagonal AC distance, something you will get AC, already we have found here. Next BD means this one, BD, second diagonal BD, something you get here, after already you have found it. So half D1 into D2, half AC distance into BD distance. So AC distance whatever you got to replace here, BD distance whatever you got to replace here, you simplify this one, those many square units. Why? Because it is area will be in square units. So like you can find out area of rhombus. Can you or not? Yes, you can, I know. So you can find area of rhombus also by using this formula. Can you handle this problem, children? Yes. Okay. Verify. Next one. Question number 9. Question number 9. See, children. Name the type of vertices formed like quadrilateral, and also if any by the following points, and give reasons for your answers. What is this question number 9? Observe. 3 problems are there. First problem, second problem, third problem. So in each problem 4 vertices are given. A something, B something, C something, D something. What type of quadrilateral is formed in these all 3 problems? So totally we have to find 6 distances to verify what type of quadrilateral formed. For example, this is parallelogram A, B, C, D. AB distance, BC distance, CD distance, AD distance. If opposite sides are equal, AB and DC, AD and BC, and all diagonals are not equal, AC not equal to BD, then the given vertices form a parallelogram, like you write. So for example, it is a square ABCD. All 4 distance you can find AB distance, BC distance, CD distance, AD distance. If all 4 sides are equal, and diagonal AC also, diagonal BD also equal. So AB equal to BC equal to CD equals to DA, and also AC equal to BD, if all four sides are equal and diagonals are also equal, these four are equal, these two are equal, then you say that it is a square. Here parallelogram means AB equal to CD, opposite sides are equal. AD equals to BC, opposite sides are equal. Diagonals AC not equal to BD, then you write it is a parallelogram. Then you write it is a parallelogram. Okay. And this is rhombus. Just now I have told you ABCD. If AB equal to BC equal to CD equal to AD, AB equal to BC equal to CD equal to AD, and also AC not equal to BD, then you write it is a rhombus. In case if it is a rectangle, ABCD, AB equal to CD, and AD equal to BC, and diagonals AC and BD equal, AC equal to BD. So opposite sides are equal and diagonals also equal, that is called rectangle. That is called what? Rectangle. So what are the given three sums in this ninth Roman? We are asking to check what type of quadrilateral is formed. To verify what type of quadrilateral is formed in any problem, totally you need to find four sides and also two distances. So whatever you get the condition after finding all six distances, either this conditional or either this conditional or either this conditional or either this conditional. So based on that what condition you get, then according to that you write the conclusion whether it is a parallelogram or a square or a rectangle or rhombus. I hope that you can do this Roman. Okay children, just you recollect the properties of all types of quadrilateral. Yes, can you or not? Okay. See children, this is ninth Roman from this exercise 7.1, page number 168. After this one, verify children, open your textbook. This is question number 10. I will explain you. Find the point on x-axis. Find the point on x-axis. Which is equidistant from. Which is equidistant from 2 minus 5 and minus 2 9. Okay. Children, verify what is the meaning of this problem. What is the point on x-axis which is equidistant from 2 minus 5 and minus 2 9? What is the point on x-axis which is equidistant from 2 minus 5 and minus 2 9? Okay. Once verify the meaning of this problem. Children, you see 2 minus 5 plus minus belongs to fourth quadrant. Let us suppose it is 2, it is minus 5. 2 minus 5, this one. And minus 2 9, minus plus belongs to second quadrant. Let us suppose it is minus 2, it is 9. So minus 2 9, this one, minus 2 9. So what is a point on x-axis? Which is equidistant from these 2 points. That means some point is there on x-axis, either on positive side or on negative side. Either on positive side of x-axis or negative side of x-axis, some point is there. So we need to find out that point ordered pair, which is equidistant exactly for these 2 points. Let us suppose there is some point P. We don't know what is the ordered pair of that point P, but the condition is it has to be equal distance from these 2 points. PA distance, if you find, PB distance, if you find. So PA distance must be equal to PB distance. So the P is equidistant from these 2 points A and B, which must be lying on x-axis. That type of point order pair we have to calculate. We do not know P may be here or P may be there or P may be here or P may be here or P may be here or P may be here. We don't know what is the exact location of the point P on x-axis. Okay. The condition, what is the point P on x-axis which must be equidistant from this A and from this B. So generally what is the ordered pair of the point P on x-axis? Y coordinate is 0. So let us suppose P x comma 0. P x comma 0. On x axis, y coordinate is 0. On x axis, y coordinate is 0. So that's I suppose it as P, not x comma y. P is x comma 0. Why? Because on x axis, y coordinate is 0. So we have to find this x value. If x is positive, P lies on positive side of x axis. If you get x is negative, P will be lying on the negative side of x axis. Okay? Yes. Verify children. Observe. See, solution. Given points are A 2 comma minus 5, B minus 2 comma 9. Minus 2 comma 9. Let us suppose a point on x axis. Let us suppose that a point on x axis be P x comma 0. Let us suppose a point on x axis be P x comma 0. Once verify children. So let us suppose a point on x axis be P x comma 0. First I am finding PA distance. Root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, where P x comma 0, A 2 comma minus 5. Let it be x1, y1, x2, y2. Root over x2 means 2. x2 means 2 minus x1 means x whole square plus y2 means minus 5 minus y1 means 0 whole square. So it is 2 minus x whole square plus minus 5 minus 0 is minus 5 only. Minus 5 whole square is 25. So that we got PA distance is root over 2 minus x whole square plus 25. Leave it. Next we find PB distance. Secondly we have to find PB by using same formula root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. There we need to write what is P x comma 0, what is B minus 2 comma 9. P x comma 0, B minus 2 comma 9. Let them x1 and y1, x2 and y2. Root over x2 minus x1 minus 2 minus x. Once verify children. x2 is minus 2 minus x1 is x whole square plus y2 means 9 minus y1 is 0 whole square. So root over minus 2 minus x means take minus as common, 2 plus x. Once you verify how I am doing here, minus into 2 minus 2 minus into x minus x. Minus 2 minus x, just I have taken minus as common, still I have in the bracket 2 plus x. Why? Because minus into 2 minus 2 minus into plus minus x. So minus of 2 plus x whole bracket square plus 9 square is 81. Now root over minus a square is a plus. Minus a square is a plus, that minus will be eliminated. So still we have 2 plus x whole square plus this is 81. That is 81. Minus will be eliminated. Why? Because minus a square is plus. So that is PB distance. Can I rub this one? Children. So we got PA and PB. According to our problem, P is equidistant from A and B. That means PA equal to PB. I will continue. So after this one, children, verify. So PA and PB distance we have calculated. P and PB distance we have calculated. So once verify children, 1 minute I will come back. Okay children, since P is equidistant, from A and B, that is PA is equal to PB. PA means 2 minus x whole square plus 25 is equal to PB means 2 plus x whole square plus 81. Okay children. Can I rub this one? Yes. Verify children. So we have equated PA distance and also PB distance. So after that one, this right side root, left side root will be cancelled. It is 2 minus x whole square plus 25. This is 2 plus x whole square plus 81. So let me explain in the formula, or else simply it is 25, that 81 comes minus 81. This is 2 plus x whole square, this comes minus of 2 minus x whole square. It is 25, this comes minus 81. It is 2 plus x whole square, it comes minus of 2 minus x whole square. It is minus how much? 56. 81 minus 25 is 56. Minus 81 plus 25 is minus 56. It is of the form a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square. Since a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square, formula is 4ab. Once observe children, it is of the form a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square. 4ab, where a is 2, b is x. Now observe, minus 56 is equal to 8x. 8 7 the 56. So x is equal to minus 7. Therefore, point P on x-axis, point on x-axis is equal to P x comma 0, P minus 7 comma 0. So we got x is negative. So P point minus 7 comma 0 is lying on negative side of x-axis, which is must be equidistant from the 2 points A and B. So that is our answer, P minus 7 comma 0. I hope that you have understood this problem. This is the most important problem regarding examination point of view. Once you verify children. Okay children, say after this one, children verify, that is question number 11. If the distance between the 2 points x comma 7 and also 1 comma 15 is 10 units, find the value of x. Verify children, what is this problem? Question number 11. If the distance between the 2 points x comma 7 and also 1 comma 15, so distance between these 2 points is 10 units, that is given in the problem already. We need to find what are the possible values of this x. Okay. Solution. Given points are A x comma 7, B 1 comma 15. Distance between A and B is 10 units. That is given in the problem. That means AB equals to 10 units. AB means formula root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square equal to 10 units. Okay children, root over x1 is x, y1 is 7, x2 is 1, y2 is 15. x2 means 1 minus x1 means x whole square plus y2 means 15 minus y1 means 7 whole square. So 1 minus x whole square means a square plus b square minus 2ab, 2 into 1 into x. Okay children, or else simply don't expand, it will become very clumsy for us. It will become difficult, time taking also. As it is, leave it, that equal to 1 minus x whole square plus it is 8, 8 is 64. 15 minus 7 is 8, 8 square is 64. Is equal to 10, By squaring on both sides to eliminate the square root, root over 1 minus x whole square plus 64 square root equal to 10 square. Squaring on both sides to eliminate the square root. Then square and root will be cancelled. So what we have, 1 minus x whole square plus 64 equal, right side we have 10 square is 100. 10 square is 100. Now observe children, it is 1 minus x whole square equal to 100, it comes minus 64, comes as 36, that is 1 minus x whole square value. 1 minus x whole square value 36. Now observe, by eliminating the square you get plus or minus root in the right side. By eliminating the square you get plus or minus root in the right side. So that 1 minus x equal to plus or minus 6 square is 36. One case 1 minus x equal to plus 6, other case 1 minus x equal to minus 6. That is plus or minus 6. So 1 that minus plus 6 comes minus 6, minus x comes plus x. So x equal to 1 minus 6 minus 5. 1 minus 6 plus x. So implies 1 that comes plus 6, this comes plus x. So x equal to 7. So what are your values of x? 7 or minus 5. What are your values of x? 7 or minus 5. Okay children, so this is 11th problem. I hope that you have understood this 11th problem. Once you verify. Yes children, this is question number 11 from this page number 168 from exercise 7.1. Yes children, so open your textbook again, continuation. See children, question number 12. Find the values of y for which of the following the distance between the 2 points P2 comma minus 3, P2 comma minus 3 and also Q10 comma y, Q10 comma y is 10 units, 10 units. So I won't explain this problem, just I will tell you how to do, what to do. Question number 11 and also question number 12 both are same. The distance between these 2 points is 10 units. Find the possible values of this y. Same. P 2 comma minus 3, Q 10 comma y. Let them x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. So PQ equal root r x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Do that one. Again equal to 10. PQ is equal to 10. Means root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square equal to 10. So replace these values. So some root over something equal to 10 by squaring on both sides, left side root will be cancelled. So you simplify it, you get two possible values of y, how I got in the 11th problem. Can you or not? Same procedure of 11th problem. You can, I know. Okay children. So next is question number 13. Once verify children. Question number 13. Find the radius of the circle with the center 3, 2 passing through the point minus 5, 6. 3, 2 passing through the point minus 5, 6. This is circle with the center C 3, 2 passing through the point minus 5, 6. This is P minus 5, 6. This also I will not do the solution. Just I will explain you how to do the solution, you have to do. So draw this diagram in the 13th solution. So this is the circle whose center is C 3, 2. The circle passes through the point P minus 5, 6. So let us suppose it is x1 and y1, it is x2 and y2. Okay, you must draw the solution, the diagram in the solution. So given that center of a circle that equal to C 3, 2. A circle passes through the point. A circle passes through the point P minus 5, 6. We need to find out radius of a circle. Radius of a circle that equal to R equal to distance between C and P. Distance between C and P. That is R equal to CP. R equal to root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. CP distance. Already we suppose x1 y1 that is x2 y2. Root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Replace those values, so simplify. That you will get whatever you get that distance, so that is radius of the circle. Did you understand children? Can you do this one? Yes. Okay. Children, this is the 13th problem. This is 13th problem. Yes children. Once you verify 14th one. Can you draw a triangle with vertices? 14th one. A that is 1, 5. B that is 5, 8. C that is 13, 14. 13, 14. Give reason. Okay children. See this problem 14th one. Can you draw a triangle with these vertices? Give reason. Can you draw a triangle with these vertices? Give reason. Previously we discussed one problem, second one I think so, or third one. Third one. Verifying the given points are collinear or not. So AB distance you calculate, BC distance you calculate, AC distance you calculate. If the sum of the two distances is equal to third distance, they are said to be collinear. Collinear means points lying on the same line. Whenever they are collinear, the triangle won't be formed. If they are not collinear, the triangle will be formed. They are said to be non-collinear points. They are said to be non-collinear points. Okay, children. So once you verify, I'll explain you the solution. Solution: given vertices are these. Let us find AB distance. That is root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, where a 1 comma 5, b 5 comma 8. Let them x1 y1, x2 y2. So root over x2 minus x1, 5 minus 1 whole square, y2 minus y1, 8 minus 5 whole square. It is 4 square, it is 3 square. That is 4 square plus 3 square, 16 plus 9 comes as 25. Root 25 is 5. So AB distance we got 5 units. Continuation. Secondly, we have to find BC. Root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, where B is 5 8 and C is 13 14. Let them x1 y1 and also x2 y2. Okay, children. That is root over x2 minus x1, 13 minus 5 whole square plus y2 minus y1, 14 minus 8 whole square. It is 8 square, it is 6 square, 8 8 is 64, 6 6 are 36. Root 100 means 10. So what we got, children? BC is equal to 10 units. BC is equal to 10 units. Thirdly, we have to find AC distance. AC distance by using the same formula. Root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, where A is 1 comma 5, C is 13 comma 14. Let them x1 y1 and also x2 y2. Root over x2 minus x1, 13 minus 1 whole square plus y2 minus y1, 14 minus 5 whole square. It is 12 square, it is 9 square. 12 12 is 144, 9 9 is 81. Comes as 225, comes as 15. So what we got? AC equal to 15 units. AC equal to what we got? 15 units. Okay, children. I have found AB, I got 5 units. I have found BC, I got 10 units. I have found AC, I got 15 units. So AB plus BC, 5 plus 10 equal to exactly AC, 15 units. Okay, children. Continuation I will do here. Once observe. Continuation. Therefore, we have AB plus BC equal to AC. It is AB 5 units plus BC 10 units. That is AC 15 units. So 5 plus 10, 15 units is equal to 15 units. That means what? This type of diagram. This type of diagram. AB 5 units, BC, this is what? 10 units. This is what? 10 units. AC 15 units. AB plus BC 10 units, 5 units. AB 5 units, BC 10 units. So AB plus BC 5 plus 10, 15 units we got. All the 3 points ABC lying on the same straight line, they are said to be collinear. Collinear means no triangle will be formed. We cannot construct a triangle with the given vertices. That conclusion we write. After this one, since given vertices are collinear, since given vertices are collinear, no triangle will be formed with the vertices. No triangle will be formed. No triangle will be formed. Whenever all the 3 points are lying on the same straight line, how can you draw a triangle? These are the non-collinear points. Non-collinear points. With only non-collinear points, we can construct a triangle. With collinear points means lying on the same straight line, how can you construct a triangle? So Hence, given points are collinear or lying on the same straight line, we cannot construct a triangle. No triangle will be formed. Okay, children. So I hope that you have understood the solution. So these are the problems in today's class I have explained you. So my today's homework is what I explained you in today's class. Once you practice in the classwork. Thank you one and all.